everybody, and welcome to this video today where I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new map by mod author Stevie. He's released his new map, Lakeland Vale, so I'm going to hop in, take a look at it. Lakeland Vale by Stevie version 1.50.1. Pretty much leave everything as is standard. Not using a lot of mods. Pretty much I've just got basically all my DLC. So my Mahindras, some of the John Deere Cotton Pack, obviously, some of the John Deere, the Kemper Pack, things like that. The global company mods are all Stevie's. They're all part of a separate download, which is when you go to his mod page on Facebook, at Farming Simulator Mods. In the post where he has released the map, there is also a link to download the global company mod pack and also a tanker, I do believe. There should be a tanker somewhere. Why not got the tanker? There it is. Sorry, couldn't see it for looking. There we are. Right. So let's jump into this map. Now this map is a American styled map. It's not based on any real life location. It is purely fictionalized. But it's going to let people basically have a bit of a look and a play with Farm Sim. It's a very I don't want to use the word simple map because I think that does it, obviously does Stevie a discredit. But it's designed for people who just kind of want to play the game. Ooh, cowboy hat is on. I'm going to decrease the timescale to 0 while we've got this lovely start to the day. And obviously we start on this lovely house that Stevie given us. Very nice. Very nice farmhouse. Got a swing set. Obviously got the pickup truck parked over here. Got our silo. So this is my first actual look at the map. Now, normally when people say they're doing a first look map video, they've actually looked at the map before they've gone in, figured things out, kind of worked out some of the things they're going to highlight and mention in their video, and then they go in and do the video and pretend that they're doing a first look. This is actually a first look. I've literally just downloaded this, dropped the map into a folder, set the folder up with my mod Farming Simulator mod folder manager program, and I've loaded it up and started the game, so it's all very new to me. Workshop, okay. Couple of nice sheds, big sheds for putting big equipment in. The thing I like about Stevie, he doesn't give you the standard equipment. He doesn't just give you the default Ravenport or Fellsbrunn equipment, which is fantastic. Nearly every map you download off the Giants mod hub comes with that same standard vehicle layout. I'm guessing this is a fuel buy point here for buying up fuel. No animated doors. But yeah, it gives you some decent equipment to start with. Look over here, we've got the Culti plough. It's giving you some fairly decent machinery. Horse Pronto, the Vaderstad. Although I would be very tempted, if I'm going to have the Vaderstad, I would prefer the Stevie version, because at least the Stevie version actually fills properly from triggers and stuff. The in-game one still's a little bit buggy with filling and refilling it. Got a nice Bradle. Lovely Bradle. Again, I would recommend people have a look at Stevie's other mods, because Stevie's done a modded version of this exact Bradle and the little one, and they're quite cool. They have some narrow wheel options you can put on them. They also have some slightly larger capacity options, which is great, especially when you're doing lime spreading, because these things tend to go through lime fairly quickly. The only thing I would add that I'm surprised Stevie hasn't actually sort of fixed is on the version of his spreaders where he does have the narrow twin wheels. The narrow wheels aren't crop friendly. So I've had to add that myself. To whenever I download Stevie's mod, I go in and edit that myself to make the tyres crop friendly, the narrows. And I generally check any mod now that offers narrow, skinny wheels on anything to make sure they are crop friendly, because it's surprising how many times people overlook and forget that. So anybody obviously who has watched Fenton Forest, has watched my Fenton Forest Let's Play or watched my Fenton Forest map review, will probably recognise some of these shed buildings. A lot of these Stevie Easy sheds. Nice green painted texture on them this time, as opposed to the brown. Nice green wood staining. Silage bunker over here for doing your silage. Stevie's tried and tested manure slurry and digestate storage. Love this building, I really do. Really love this. Again, just for my own personal use, when I have made a standalone version of this building, and one of the things I added to it, I added some buzzing fly sounds when you got near the manure heap. We've already got noise here for the animated slurry. I added some buzzing flies. Got the water windmill over here, so this should probably be a water refill point if you need one. And then we're getting into the animal pens over here, which should be animal pen extension ready. So I'm assuming that would be the animal pen. That's for the water trough. So Stevie's got all that built into his own custom pens. So if you'd like to use animal pen extension, fantastic. And again, as with Fenton Forest, you've got a wool cell point next to your wool spawn point, so when the sheep make loads of wool, you don't have to take it all the way, pick it up, cart it all the way to the spinnery if you don't want to. If you just want to get rid of it, just chuck it in, push it over into that box there, it gets sold. And I think the prices are pretty decent. Let's have a look. Farm wool sales, there we go. Farm wool, so it's not that, it's a little bit, it's obviously better to take it to the, sorry, let's have a look on the right one. Farm wool, so yeah, it's probably better to take it to the spinnery, but the price isn't that massively different. I mean, for the sake of like $100, when you factor in fuel costs and stuff of putting it on a trailer, driving it to the spinnery, unloading it at the spinnery, driving back, you may as well just tip it in here and get rid of it. Yeah, nice sheep paddock. Quick run round. I'm going to probably stay at ground level. Normally I do all these aerial flybys and stuff of maps, but I might just stay at a level. Come down here and we've got more animal pens. Probably would have made sense to me to come in here. Now normally I turn off all my icon filters. I probably ought to turn them back on so I actually know what I'm dealing with. This looks to be, looks like we got pigs. Pigs and cows. So the pig pen's over here, Stevie's little pig pen. Brand new model. Definitely not the same as the one on Fenton Forest. So these are all new custom pens. Fantastic. It's fantastic. And then you've got your cow pen over here. Yeah, nice areas as well for placeable. So if you're the kind of person that wants to set up like, I don't know, like hay dryers, bale storage, fermenting stations, TMR mixers, things like that, pig food mixers, you've got room to do it. There is placeable space. So I'm liking that. straight away as well from a map perspective. So many maps that build in animal pens and stuff straight into the map don't tend to give you a lot of room. Ballydawn, the map I'm playing on server at minute, is particularly guilty of that fact. Not a lot of room for placeables anywhere on that map. I've got the horse pen over here. Ah. Horses. Again, animal pen extension ready. Very nice. There's collisions on the near hedges. Why am I ducking? That's because I'm pressing the wrong button. Ha-ha! So, let's have a look. Right, we're back at the Hart Farm. We've obviously got the sheep pen. I've missed that one. So we'll go back there and look at the sheep pen. Chickens, free-range chickens on this map now. Stevie's gone back to free-range chickens. He had free-range chickens on the original Fenton Forest map, but he didn't do it on the 4X one. He removed the free-range chickens. Nice to see that they are back. And nice to see as well, he's included his much larger pallet spawn point. So I'm going to guess you get 2, 4, 6, 8... probably 10 pallets. 10 pallets, more likely probably 8 spawning in here before you have to empty it, which is obviously double a standard animal pen. So very nice that Stevie's included that. Like I say, we've been over here to where the sheep were. Well, actually starting farm here in Greenwich Valley, and that starting bit of land on normal economic difficulty will run you in at 399,658. It's not bad. So if you start in new farmer mode or start from scratch, you can still buy all this land and still have change to get some equipment. Your BGA is 144,000. Very nice. Wood chip sales area, and I'm guessing this is all the forestry area up here. We'll soon find out when we go round. And then obviously plots of land with varying in prices. Up, we've got 1 million over there, 1.7 million there. Some expensive plots of land, some cheap plots of land. A little one there that gives you 4 fields. I suppose while we're on this screen and talking about the fields, they are all square and rectangular. That's the only thing that I would be critical of with the map. Square and rectangular fields are kind of boring. They're not very realistic, and they're not very fun to play anymore. And that's probably one of the reasons why I'm thinking I probably won't. I don't know if I'm going to play this map or not, because I really don't have a lot of love for square fields. But we will see. There are a couple of things I want to check as well, which most people don't do on a map first look video, but I'm going to do it because it's something that I, as someone who does Let's Plays and someone who runs a server, needs to be able to do when I'm setting up maps. I assume before I test this that it's going to work because these fields are all square and rectangular. So this is field 1 and it's got wheat on it and it's ready to harvest. So if I bring up my lovely easy development commands, change that to, I don't know, soybeans, growth state 3, fertilizer state 100, on, set spray on. Ooh. We've changed it to soybeans. And a quick run round the field would suggest to me that all the field definition and field sizing has been done correctly, because there is no wheat left. A lot of maps I've played recently have had very poor, and in fact most of them have had non-existent field definitions, field sizings in the map, which means you can't change any of the crops. What field is this? This is field 2. So let's plant a different crop on this one. Let's plant canola. That seems to work fine too. So if you're someone like, if you're setting up, like, you know, you're setting up a server, and you want to have different, you know, you don't want all the fields ready to harvest when you first log in, or you don't want all the fields needing to be ploughed and limed when you first log in. You want to separate things. Using the dev commands, you can actually change the field statuses that start on the map, so you can have them kind of starting how you want them to start. And like I say, there's just so many maps that I've been playing where they don't have that, so you can't do it. Why is that put on field 4? Okay, it's done it on field 1. Okay. But it looks like the field definitions are all working fine on this map. Definitely. I've changed 4 fields there. We haven't got any like mixed crop. We haven't got any residual leftover crop. I mean, defining fields on square, doing the field definitions on square and rectangular fields is obviously very easy. It's very easy to place the parallelograms in the map and get that done. It's much harder on the maps with the irregular shaped fields, but as I say, I prefer playing irregular shaped field maps. Another thing, generally, that comes about on maps which don't have correctly defined fields, you don't get a lot of contracts. Or you don't get any contracts. But we do have contracts. So, you know, positive note there for Stevie. Not only do we have contracts, but again, it looks like all the fields are correctly defined. And what I will do quickly, I'll run over here to field 11, which isn't one of my fields. This has got sunflowers on it. And we'll change that to... So this is one of the AI fields that I can change the status of as well. And just put oilseed radish on it. So that works fine. You can even mess with the AI fields, and like I say, they are defined correctly. They have got the correct definitions. Now, one of the things to note, obviously, as we can see as I'm running around, is that although all the fields are sadly square and rectangle, then the map is not flat. You know, we've got quite a lot of height changes and elevation changes on this map, which is going to make an impact when you're working on the field, obviously with your equipment. As vehicles are going uphill, they will get slowed down. As they're going downhill, they will speed up. And it will affect you as you are farming, depending on how you choose to work the field, whether you're working uphill, downhill, or on side hills, across the slopes. And obviously some of these fields are really quite big. I mean, this field here is 70 acres. 70 acres, and this guy's got cotton planted on it. This is going to be a massive harvest for this guy. I think this is probably the biggest field on the map, isn't it? Field 19, yeah. So 70 acres for field 19. For people wondering about field acreage, Field sizing. Field 20 over here is 38 acres. I'll have a quick run up because obviously there was another big field up here. And again, one of the things Stevie does do, and again he did this on his Fenton Forest map, he also puts in a couple of little, so you can store machines and equipment. When you buy the land, obviously you'll get the shed as well. So you can actually keep machines at the fields, nearby fields, so you're not having to drag them over from your main farm all the time. So this field here is 8.8 acres. Field 23, which is again a nice big field. And I think up here then at the top of the map, the northernmost part of the map, we've got some just placeable areas. Again, new farmer mode or start from scratch. You could come in and buy these areas and use these for your farm. Put your own buildings down. Again, with the global company mods and stuff, you could be putting your global company buildings in here on these little plots. It would be very, very good for that. So we've got lovely room there. And then we get down to obviously sell points for crops. Other manure and slurry sale area, potentially. You got your spinnery, you got manure sales, you've got your mill. Okay, so I'm just guessing your wool and cotton go here. Around this side, you've got your mill if you're tipping your crops. And then you've got manure and slurry sales around here. Not bad. 3 sale points in one. We've got your diesel place over here. I'm assuming that's the that's probably a sell point, I would think. Yeah, 2 sell points for diesel on the map. Sell points for solid fertilizer on the map, which is nice. Sadly, no liquid fertilizer sell points. What about seed? Sell points for seed. We have got sell points for digestate at the manure sales. We've got pig food and lime sell points. We've got compost sell points. We haven't got a herbicide sell point. So 2 missing fill types there. Herbicide and liquid fertilizer. Again, that's not terribly problematic. That is something that you could easily fix just by editing an XML file within the map to add in sell points to make a sell point for those. There's a nice little car driving around, a few pedestrians. I believe from Stevie's description of the map, there's only a simple traffic spline on this map, so you're not going to get cars driving all over the place and getting in the way, which means you can actually do a bit more terrain editing and stuff, and do a bit more of the actual stuff with the fields, because you've not got the cars are, I believe, are supposed to only sort of drive around the top part of the map or something like that. I think Stevie said. So you're free to rip out stuff down at the bottom. Another sell point over here. This is the animal supplies and the supermarket. So this is the supermarket. Animal supplies. Got the animal dealership. The supermarket is back over here. The Lakeland Saver. Okay. Hit point, obviously, round the back here. Lakeland Saver. What do you sell at Lakeland Saver or at the supermarket then? Probably just eggs, I'm going to guess. Yeah, just eggs. Alright, we'll have a run down here. We've got the milk or the dairy over here. Very nice building. Might be the same model as the one he used on his Fenton Forest map. Could well be. On that port northwest side of the map. But hey, no problem with that. Good thing I like about it, with most of Stevie's maps, you can drive in. You got plenty of room to turn and drive out, which again, for people who use like course play and stuff like that, and have automated cell courses, works brilliantly. Stevie's maps are brilliant for course play. And then we've got obviously the store over here where you can buy all your lovely vehicles. Couple parked outside for decorative reasons. Nice building. Nice building. And obviously you can come and buy stuff as you need to. As I say, I'm not running a lot of mods. I have just downloaded this thing, the autonomous case magnum thing. Need to have a look at that and see what that's all about. I'm guessing when your vehicles and equipment spawn, it will do so out here in this area here, which is fairly big. And if Stevie is kind of sticking to his usual trope, although vehicles will spawn here when you first buy them, I'm gonna hazard a guess that when you reset them, they reset to the main farm. We can just try that. We'll buy something. I need something cheap though that I can afford. We'll buy a forklift. That's cheap. I've got 100 grand. Oh, it spawned along here. Okay, so I'm guessing the vehicles are going to spawn then in this direction. And are they going to go like 2 or 3 deep? Something to check. Let me just add some cash. Let me buy a whole bunch of vehicles, shall we? Because this, again, for someone like me, when I'm setting up my maps and I'm buying tons of vehicles and equipment, it gets a little bit annoying when you run out of room at the store. Harvesters, let's grab a couple of harvesters. We'll have one of them. I don't have the modded harvester pack installed. I probably ought to get it. And like I say, if I was actually doing a proper play on this map, I probably would have it. Same with the cotton. I'd obviously use the modded John Deere cotton harvester because it's better. Rubicon. Some stuff. Probably don't have any big headers. Ooh. slurry tank. Where would Stevie have put his tanker? Is it on the animals? Yeah. Make it 60,000. I don't think I've got any real, like, big trailers anywhere. Anyway, that's a few vehicles bought. Okay, so yeah, he does go back in this area. So as you spawn in your vehicles, they do line up nicely, so you won't get that. You don't have any room to place your vehicles. And I'm guessing if we zoom in here, the reset point is back at the farm, right outside your workshop. So perfect of Stevie to do that. Right, another sell point just up the road from the farm is obviously Jeeves Mill. Nice little sell point. Although it is one of them ones that's indoors. So trailers that tip up rather than just push stuff out the back may have some issues unless Stevie's done something with the collision on the ceiling, the roof of the building, to make it so that the vehicles don't get hit and stuck and jam up on it, which is probably a cool thing if he has. He's normally a pretty switched on sort of guy, I'll be honest. I do like Stevie as a map maker and as a modder, or a mod editor as some people call it. Some people refer to him on the farm as a mod editor because he only edits vehicles and reposts edited vehicles and where he's edited config files and stuff. But hey, still modding. And a lot of the times, the edits he does to vehicles actually fixes them and makes them better than the default ones. You know, he's managed to fix some problems with some vehicles that are in the game. Which is why I would really love for him to have a look at the class pack, the class mod pack. And I'm saying the class mod pack, not the DLC. There's the class DLC. Someone's then done a modded version of that DLC, but it has a couple of little issues with it. For one, the 3D tracks on the old harvester don't rotate properly, and I'd love to know how you get that fixed. Is that a floating sign there, Stevie? Stevie, have you got a floating object on your map? Stevie! I'm assuming that probably should have been pushed back and placed against the wall. And again, much like Fenton Forest, Stevie's great big, massive silage bunkers. And Stevie's bunkers don't have the problem where stuff spills through the walls. He's really worked hard on that on his maps to make sure that what you put in the bunker stays in the bunker. You've got your digestate unload point here. And again, one of the things I do love about Stevie is his BGA has a proper tip point. None of that faffing about trying to tip stuff into a hopper or a thing. You just drive in here with your truck and you dump your contents. Again, so much easier. And again, for course play, works a treat. Again, watch my Fenton Forest Let's Play. I have trucks that take my silage, take my slurry to the BGA, and they can quite happily run fully automated without my input until I run out of silage and run out of slurry at the farm. They will keep driving and unloading, and then I have another course set up for the guy to come and fill up with digestate, bring that back and put in a fertilizer global company mod, and again works brilliantly. So that's basically a quick run round of the map. You've got your starting farm nice in the middle, you've got all your fields, you've got another diesel sell point down the bottom and a mill. We will just have a quick run down here because you know, another one of them tippy buildings. But then it looks like we've got some more stuff down here, some more decorations, a couple of little farmhouses. Oh, excuse me, my alarm's going off. That's to remind me that I need to be up and out of the house in 15 minutes. But yeah, a couple of little houses down here on the bottom of the map, a little bit of decoration. Oh, I guess it's to hide the edge of the map and the map border. Although Stevie's usually pretty good. Again, great big vertical drop down to a lake. Don't drive your vehicles off it. Don't fall asleep with cruise control enabled, which is one of the risks, I suppose, as you're doing these square rectangular fields. You could fall asleep. You know, you've got guidance steering mod on, and you've got GPS activated in cruise control, and you nod off. You could end up driving off the edge of the map. Mr. Helgi would do that. Because he's done it up before on the server. He's done it on County Lines. He just sees, he just drives off the field and he just drives on across the next field until he hits a fence or a wall, and you know he's AFK or he's dozed off. Yeah. Big map. Well, it's a standard size map. It's not a 4x map or anything like that. It's got a good variety of field sizes. There's big fields, small fields, medium-sized fields. Again, prices around field. It's not an overly complicated, overly detailed map. Like I say, Stevie's made this to be pretty very simple for people who just want to get on and play the game and want to farm. You know, this is an ideal map for that. Again, I've said it when I did the Fenton Forest review. Fenton Forest is the type of map that Giants should have been putting out. Stevie's Fenton Forest should have been the Fellsborough map. And I would have hazarded a guess to say that this map should probably be the Ravenport map in the game. You know, give people a bit of an introduction to the game, a chance to figure, you know, as a tutorial map almost. Let people learn how to play Farming Simulator on this map, and then let them go over and do Fellsborough for a little bit of a difference in things and a little bit more of a complicated setup of things. But yeah, it's a nice map. Now let's have a look then. So Stevie's workshop, he gives us the John Deere. Lots of John Deere's, 2 8Rs and a 6N. He also gives us a Warrior truck, New Holland CR1090. He gives us the Big M. He gives us the Manitou. He gives us the pickup. He gives us a trailer. Obviously the silo, 16 million litres. And again, all these things you can sell off. They're all saleable, much like on the Fenton Forest 4X map. All this stuff was sellable. You've got your farm supplies, where you can buy all your stuff. So I'm going to guess, based on that, we've also probably then got modded versions. And again, you can buy the stuff and put it back in. So if you don't like where something's placed on the map, you can sell it off. And then you can buy it and put it where you want. Again, all of Stevie's sheds are included. Barn decoration, light posts, riding field. Again, wind turbine. Farm barn sales, where you sell your hay and stuff. Vehicle workshop, manure slurry sale point. Farm wool sales, diesel station, herbicide tank. So again, anyone who's played Fenton Forest will be familiar with these. Farm silo supplies. Surprised he hasn't included his egg sell point. But you can download that from his mod page as a separate mod, which is just basically a trigger, a bit like that. Little box that you can put on the ground that you can just push your pallets of eggs into and they'll get sold. Similar to how the wool works at the sheep. Doesn't have a custom farmhouse on this map, so the farmhouse is built into the map. Nor does he have any custom animal pens. So the animal pens are all built into the map. You cannot sell off these animal pens. These are fixed into the map. So if you were to start in new farmer or farm manager mode and you was to buy somewhere else and start build your farm somewhere else, you would have to place your own animal pens, and you would only be able to place the vanilla ones or any modded ones you've got. These are not available as standalone placeables. These are built into the map. So again, I've not looked into any of the map files. That is something I would do off camera later on when I'm being a bit nosy and having a bit of a play around. So I would obviously be looking to see what the capacity is on each of these pens and how many animals they can hold. Because again, what my general thoughts and feelings on maps are, if a mod author puts animal pens into the map that you cannot sell, cannot get rid of, they are like a fixed feature of the map, they better have quite a high capacity. You know, they best be able to hold, you know, the cow barn here best be able to hold, I don't know, 1,000 cows. The pig pen, for me, if it's fixed into the map, needs to hold about 5,000 pigs. The sheep pen needs to hold probably 10,000 sheep. The chicken pen needs to hold easily, you know, 2,500 chickens. You know, if I'm going to be fixed into having, because the one thing I wouldn't want to do is place multiple pens. If we've got animal pens like this on a map, I wouldn't want to put, you know, the rubbish looking giants ones on the map, you know, because it doesn't fit, doesn't match the style. And Stevie's gone to great effort to do the styles on these buildings. To throw in giants crappy versions is not something I would want to do. So I would keep these pens and I would use them, but I would probably need to upgrade the capacity on the pens and chuck the max animals script into the map folder, so that you can get, you know, 5,000 animals in a pen. Of course, I should go ahead and say the map is seasons ready. It is ready for seasons. Again, I probably wouldn't play this map with seasons because I've kind of reached the point where I'm a little bit fed up of seasons, actually. Having now done it on the Fenton Forest 4X map and having played through several seasons, plus having done 8 seasons on the County Line server, I would probably just play this map purely vanilla. Pretty much probably how I would play it now, with very limited mods, just a couple of the global company stuff. If I just wanted to come on and do some farming and some playing about. There we are. That's my first look at the Lakeland map by Stevie. Like I say, for people who want an American map with a very simple layout, very easy to manage fields because they're all square and rectangle, with obviously varying degrees of sizes, this map would be perfect for you. You know, it's got all the basic features. It's got support for the global company stuff. I think it's even got support for compost on the end there. Stevie's compost that he started building into his maps. So yeah, honestly, if you're new to Farming Simulator 19 and you're just getting started in the game, this is probably a good map to download and play as an alternative to Ravenport. And obviously check out his Fenton Forest map for a great alternative to Fellsborough. And have some fun. Like I say, this map is well suited for terrain altering and stuff. Stevie has done that by the fact most of the roads are painted like this, so you can actually take the paths out. They're not actually like roads. So if you wanted, you can like that's a road, I believe. But a lot of this stuff you can merge fields together and all that kind of good stuff. It's just a good map to play things on. As I say, unfortunately, sadly for me now, with obviously the amount of hours that I've put into the game, I probably would not be doing a series on this map or a let's play or anything, because I would just find the square fields and that to be too boring to work. There's not a lot of fun, you know. One of the great thing about the irregular shaped fields is coming up with ingenious ways to farm them and really making them course play, earn its keep and do its work. But some people do only like maps with square fields, so it's ideal for those players. I'm not going to knock them. Everyone has their own individual tastes, thoughts and feelings on a map, and that's kind of how it goes. As I say, not quite my taste. I do prefer Fenton Forest. I like the fact that Fenton Forest gives you the option. There are an equal number of weird shaped fields to the rectangular shaped ones, which is nice. Gives you the option. You can buy all the weird shaped fields if you want and work those, or you can buy all the square and rectangular shaped fields and work those. It's entirely up to you. This map doesn't give you a choice. It's all squares and rectangles. And like I say, for me that's a bad thing because it makes it a little bit boring to farm and play. But that, you know, I do think the map has a lot of other great qualities. I think a lot of Stevie's trademarks, which certainly makes it far better than anything you've got in released by Giants. And certainly in the fact that, like I say, field definitions and stuff have all been set up properly. Contracts have been set up properly, means it's actually a lot better than a lot of the maps that have been released on Giants Mod Hub recently, that have apparently gone through testing and been certified by Giants that they're, you know, fantastic maps, when actually they don't work at all. You know, the mod authors haven't actually set them up properly. So again, it's nice to see that somebody like Stevie, who doesn't have anything to do with Giants, doesn't have anything to do with a mod hub, actually makes proper maps, makes everything work properly out the box. Anyway, that has been my first look at the Lakeland Vale map by Stevie. And like I say, great looking, custom, fictitious, American stylized map. Again, for people starting in New Farmer, you get a fantastic assortment of machinery, which should definitely keep you going to start with, without you having to spend a great deal of money on upgrades straight out the gate. I do love the house. I must admit, I do love the house. Love that model. And we've got the swimming pool. The Estancia Lapacho swimming pool has returned. It's about the first time I've seen this swimming pool on a map that isn't Estancia Lapacho. But hey, there we go. And of course, it gives you the football goal. You know, if you was out here with your farm kids playing a bit of football, although it's a bit close to the patio and the barbecue. Might also be a few broken windows. But there we go. Wonderful, lovely map. That's been my first look map tour, and honestly, this is the farming simulator content I've done this week. I haven't played the game. I've been taking a bit of a break from playing Farm Sim because I'm a little bit jaded by it at the moment, and I haven't played on the server this week, and I apologise for the players on the server that I've not been around. I also apologise to people who've been watching the Fenton Forest Let's Play series, that it's kind of just stopped at 67. There hasn't been any new episodes released this week. It's because I haven't got any recorded. The series isn't stopped. It will continue, and I will be getting some more recorded. I just need to find one day where I'm feeling kind of good, because I have been dealing with some health issues. I have been quite sick since Christmas, and I've been really not feeling great. And with the wonderful NHS system in the town I live in, trying to get to see my doctor is a nightmare, and trying to get to see my therapists is a nightmare, and when they cancel your appointments, it's a nightmare. So I've got to wait till the 4th of February before I can see someone to try and find out what's affecting me at the moment, and why I'm always so tired and worn out. But as I say, the Fenton Forest series will continue. We will get the harvest done. The big heart, because everything's planted on that map, so we'll get that harvest done. That will probably be the last harvest. I probably won't do anything with the fields after that. I'll probably bring that series to an end then once I hit winter. Get all the crops sold off, get all the animals sold off, round that up nicely, and then it's a case of seeing seeing where it goes from there, whether I start a new series on a new map or whether I just do some server stuff once in a while. I don't know. I'm quite liking the fact that I'm playing a few different games at the minute instead of Farming Sim, which is nice. It's nice to have a break. When you've been playing Farming Sim for, I don't know, 10-12 hours a day for over a year, you would probably get bored of it too. That's probably the only thing I could say, especially as there hasn't been a lot of new stuff, new really revolutionary groundbreaking stuff released for the game. I know there has been some rumours and stuff about Giants and FS21, the fact that FS21 may not be a thing, and instead they may just release 3 DLCs this year and not actually release a new game, and will instead wait till 2021 to release a new game, because obviously you've got the new consoles. So we might get 3 new DLCs this year, but honestly, based on the DLCs we've already have, I'm not feeling that excited that they're actually going to bring anything groundbreaking, you know. So anyway, I'm getting off subject. I've got to go. This has been the this hasn't been Fenton Forest. This has been the Lakeland Vale map first look review video by me, CWATTYESO. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like on the video below. Please leave me a comment, let me know what you think. If you are Mr. Stevie and you're watching this video, definitely leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not already doing so, give me a subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm these days to be a subscriber of a channel and not just a lurker. And that's about it. That's all I've got to say. So from now, from me, it's goodbye. Goodbye.